welcome back to the Vintage Unicorn Beauty Makeup and etc. I pulled out the old Kill Star dress so that I could review the Melt Cosmetics Rust Stack. I know this has been getting a ton of hype on Instagram and I wanted to see if it was really worth the hype, so I created this look using it and I hope you guys really enjoy it. I will say that my overall thoughts were positive, even though in the beginning I was kind of iffy about it. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you are not subscribed, please consider it. I am going to be increasing my upload schedule, bringing out 3 videos a week, including a Saturday story time. So I will see you on this side of the video. So I'm going to be going for a really alluring, dark, smoky eye look, testing out this Melt Stack, this Melt Rust Stack, and to make sure that I give it a fair trial, I want to give myself a really even, nice, clean skin tone, but I want to do that last. I don't know what the fallout on these shadows is going to be, so I'm just going to set with a little bit of translucent powder under my eyes and do my brows. To thoroughly set the underneath my eyes and also achieve the perfect smokiness that I'm looking for, I'm going to use this strange finger tool. I'm going to use this strange finger tool. It's by Walgreens. It's a little bit stained and I couldn't get it out from playing with the Vault, but I'm just going to dip it into the Kat Von D Lock-It translucent powder and make the beginning of a wing. I don't want it to be too dramatic because I am going to brush it away, but this will also help me maintain any shape, along with, of course, protecting from fallout. I did my brows with Kat Von D's 24-hour brow in walnut, as I usually do. Now, when I do a smoky eye, I don't want my eyes to be smaller. I usually tend to like to elongate them, but I'm not going to be doing any kind of wing in this look. So rather than using a primer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Anti-Precision Basket Case Eyeliner by Kat Von D to kind of set the stage for where I'm going to set those shadows. And I just want to make a very small amount of blendable base along the lash line and inward of the socket. So I'm not going all the way to the outside nor to the inside because I'm going to blend that out. I'm going to match that on both eyes and then it's just going to be a blending job, one at a time. Before I go ahead and blend this all out, it can be really messy. I want to do just a very thin line of that Anti-Precision along my lower lash line to connect the top and the bottom. Then using a Morphe smudge brush, I'm going to blend this out and try and shear and smooth the edges. Now that I'm looking just a little bit crazy, I can actually see my natural kind of blending ways are starting to create the wing that I want, and that's great because we are now going to hand it over to Melt Cosmetics. I have to say, I love the box that this came in the mail. That's a huge thing for me. I don't know why. And it comes in this little stack. So the top is a mirror and then each one below it is a shade. Move the camera just a little bit closer. And I have to say, at first I was thinking for $58, I mean, it's kind of, it definitely is a luxury product, but these are very large and very deep pans. I will say that. They are deep. This on top is a mirror, so I have a precision mirror, and thus far I'm liking it. I am doing a kind of reverse eye as far as a smoky eye goes, but I'm doing that to kind of test out the products. So what I am going to do first is dip into the lightest color in the stack called Classic. And I can tell this would be a great kind of, ooh, that is a lot of dusty dust. Anyway, but that's all right. We will see what happens. I want to lighten up this black ever so slightly. I just want it to be there as a base. And I'm just going to work this in from corner to corner and make sure that I have a nice even layer of it. I'm using larger brushes than I normally would, and that's just because I'm doing a smoky eye with unfamiliar shadows. So that's already kind of tapered down that black, so I'm actually gonna press that along the entirety of the black and continue blending on the other eye. I'm actually really loving the way that this kind of whitish banana powder set the black. It almost turned it into a blue. Now it is evident that my eye is messy underneath there, so I'm hoping that building the colors will help that out. My smoky eye method is going to be put to the test. So next, I'm just gonna try all of these colors and really try and build in a gradient because they are beautiful. This color in particular really caught my eye. It's called Antique, and I'm gonna describe it as a pumpkin shade. I'm gonna grab a slightly smaller brush, so I'm gonna move to the Morphe M506, and I'm just gonna dab it on there, and these do have a little bit of a fallout in the pan and also on the eye. I could feel it falling onto my eye, so I would recommend using like an eyeshadow guard. I really can't formulate an opinion until I'm done. So again, I'm gonna take this in just above the crease and start blending from inner to outer corner. I can tell this color is probably very beautiful on its own. It's just having to compete with several other colors right now. So let's see if we can't make something workable happen. I have a philosophy with smoky eyes. One of them is blend, blend, blend. The other is as above, so below. So as I'm taking on this side, just slightly above the crease, I am also taking under the lash line. I want there to be a complete smoky oval look and really get that smoke on both the upper and lower lash line. So I'm going to continue adding this pigment. I think it's about as stark as it's going to get, but it's adding a really nice contrast. I do like the formula of these. They're very soft. They don't have a whole lot of pigment, at least not that I can tell, but that might be against the black. I did swatch them on my arm earlier, and I really want to see them in action. I know that this is a super hyped up brand, and we will see. We will really see pretty soon here. I'm going to move on to the next color, which is this gorgeous toasted almond color called Rubbish. And these are beautiful colors. These are not your everyday neutrals. They are definitely a step up and very pretty. So as I go darker, I want to slowly start working my way deeper. So with this color Rubbish, which is a very pretty color, again on that same brush, everything's going to mix. I just want to, with slow circular motions, start adding that into the actual crease right here, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Again, that black is just going to act as like a black primer, whereas something white might make, I guess, brighter colors pop. This black, in theory, is going to make these darker colors really pop. And I am seeing the smoky eye come to life. I think it's just going to be a matter of blending and ensuring that the right amount of shadow gets in the right places. So I'm going to continue blending that in, then we're going to move to the next color in the stack. Moving right along the stack, I am digging into Rust now. So this is, I guess, the namesake of the palette, and it is a beautiful color. I really hope it transfers very nicely. So what I'm going to do, because I'm starting to whittle my way in, is I'm going to blend this into the crease and make a little bit of depth, and then focus it a little bit more on the outside. And I might even use an applicator brush instead of the same 506. I'm going to see how it applies with the 506. Because I'm getting the feeling with these shadows that regular buffing application like this doesn't get the payoff that I'm looking for. But immediately with that Rust color, oh my gosh, this look is starting to come to life. And I was starting to worry because we are on the second to last color. So I'm going to continue working this around the socket, working it in and under the waterline, and really trying to pull that smoke out. I am so glad that that Rust shade kind of saved it. It really did. It like pulled just... It's really starting to pull the look together in the way that I was anticipating. However, I'm starting to lose that gradient, at least with this peachy kind of pumpkin shade. So taking a different 506, I'm just going to reblend everything around the edges to preserve that gradient and smoothen everything out before I go in with that darkest shade. Alright, so I added a little bit more of that kind of pumpkin-y shade. It is peeking through. What I want to do is I want to intensify that copper shade because it's really pretty, and so far it's my favorite color of the stack. I get the feeling that the stack really works together. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to press it all along this outer corner using the 321 Morphe applicator brush so that I can really get that rouge in there, because the next shade, Rot, is a very deep dark brown. And I want to make sure that all of my ducks are in a row before I go in with that dark shade. So I'm going to continue blending, and then we're going to add that dark shade. I am noticing my eyes are turning a little bit red from the fallout. That's not unusual, but it is what it is. Otherwise, I am noticing the colors are really bringing out my eye color, which I do like. So I'm taking the 321 brush and I'm going to press into the last color, which is called Rot. I really thought there'd be a black in this, and when I noticed there wasn't, that's when I decided to use the Kat Von D, and I'm kind of glad I did. So I'm going to push this along the lash line all across the band and start building it up into that gradient. This is the 321. This is just to apply, and after I've applied a nice thick layer, I want to kind of focus more to the outer corner. I don't want to draw too much darkness and depth into the inner kind of the tear duct area. I just want to create a nice little sweep of that dark brown. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. So I'm going to just amp up that intensity and then work on the blend. I used the color Classic to kind of clean up a little bit on the brow bone right here, and these are really milky, creamy shades, so it cleaned right through some of the areas that I messed up on. In fact, I can see a little bit of an area right here where there's some darkness, so I'm going to go ahead and take that Classic color again and run it under the brow bone. And then just kind of blend it into the gradient where it doesn't need to be nice and clean. I'm going to do the same on the other side. This is a really versatile little stack, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my mascara in the Immortal Lash by Kat Von D in Pura Amor. I'm going to go ahead and apply some lashes, do my foundation. Most importantly, I'm gonna add some lash liner by Kat Von D, and then we'll see how the whole look is. All right, lights, camera, lashes. So to complete the look, I filled in my waterline, both top and bottom, my tight line and my waterline with Kat Von D's lash liner, and I went ahead and, of course, applied foundation, setting powder, contour using this neat little Sonia Kashuk brush that I just got. It is so great for veiling and just getting that nice sharp line. Used a little bit of blush and some Opal from the Alchemist palette, and my all-time favorite nude lip, the color Celebutard by Kat Von D from her Painted Love collection, and Lolita to line the lips. So my overall thoughts on the Melt Rust Stack. I was looking at their palettes. Their palettes have a lot more colors, but I will say after using all of the colors in sequence, I can say this is an easy way to get a really nice smoky eye. Even if I hadn't used the black underneath, the colors melted together like butter. It was really nice. Using them, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, okay, nothing's really happening. It's not really that profound. But after I actually looked at the gradient that it created, my eyes are a little bit red, but I mean, that's a really nice smoky eye, and it was really actually very easy. So, you know, I will say these are high quality shadows. I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch my favorite, which is Copper. And Copper works its way into the gradient, but I could also see it being a beautiful shadow by itself, just on the back of my hand here. And that was just with one little touch and a little bit of pressure. So they are very milky, they are very melty, they are very blendy. And I do appreciate the fact that, you know, they take time in their packaging and their layout. And it's just a beautiful concept, I think. I am glad I picked these up. I'm not sure that I'm gonna be picking up anything else from Melt. I've heard their lipsticks are really nice, but I have my kind of preference in lipsticks in most products. But another thing about this stack is I was looking at other palettes. I would have to combine the Shade and Light Non-Glimmer, the NARS Narcissist, as well as the Jaclyn Hill palette, the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe Vault and Dark Magic, and my A Today palette to get this blend. And using that many different manufacturers, I think things could get a little messy. Could I reproduce this using just the Shade and Light palette or just the Narcissist palette? Absolutely. But this is one little neat design, and I kind of can't wait to wear it tomorrow and like try playing with it in different ways, trying different color combinations, trying different application techniques, and maybe like, you know, using like something like this Scone Flat shadow brush to apply so it's really stark on there, and then just blending in with one other color. Or maybe just even wearing that color Classic all across my lids with like the Dagger liner by Kat Von D. So I just want to say I think it's actually a cool little product. It is. I was surprised when it came in this little box, but it's very neat. It goes very nicely on my little beauty station. So tell me what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed me recreating this look. And as always, all info will be linked in the description as far as my Instagram. And I hope you guys consider subscribing, because I'm going to be picking up my I'm going to be picking up Freudian slip. I'm going to be picking up my upload schedule, and I'm going to be trying to bring 3 videos a week as well as a Saturday story time. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.